Oh yeah, I'm with this. I'm just gonna lay back and I'm gonna drop some smooth lyrics. So tune in 7 to 9:30. Don't be late. You about to set it straight. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Word. I'm ready. Let's go. Ain't no half stepping. That's the name of the show. Yeah, Marcus J hosting and we ready to go. Yeah, Hunter's Talk sprinkle with a dash of humor to the legacy listeners and the online viewers. What you want to talk about, call it, we're giving you. Cover all topics, touch on the main issues. With the flow on this show, bring the heat. The word on the street, with the Earl on the beat. We superb in the beat, legacy online. 7 to 9:30, please be on time. Ain't no half stepper with Marcus J, my brother. If they can't hang, word to their mother. And he been on this grind for a while. My brother so smart, plus brother got style. Like a Richmond, we on the mission, we full force. And listen up, this rock stage start to talk, run it back. And he been on this grind for a while. The brother so smart, plus brother got style. Like a Richmond, we on the mission, we full force. And listen up, this rock stage start to talk.
Right now.
Open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Zellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Wallace alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J is live. We are in a new setup tonight. NewDen Legacy Net Radio is not where we are tonight, and we, of course, have a different setup. I'm excited about it because as you look across the screen, you see a different set of usual suspects, and the reason for that is we got some celebrations going on here. So I want to get tonight's usual suspects introduced so that we can get them talked to. I'm excited because the last time we were on the air, we had the man that gave the man the we got started. Well, tonight we have the man that actually handed it to me on the air with us tonight. We live podcasting and internet radio. I'm brother Jay Grizzy Green, host of Taking No Shorts podcast. He's in the building. What's up, Grizz?
Hey, Mark, what's up, brother? How you doing? Can you hear me?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you. Good to have you back on your show, on our show. How you doing?
I feel fine and I feel good, and it's weird being on
Can
this
you hear me,
side
Grizz?
of. I can hear you. Can you hear me? No?
I
I
can hear
got
you.
you. I got you, brother. Go ahead.
I think we got a delay. I
I
got a
got you.
delay.
Go
I don't
ahead.
know. I'm always late for something. My wife tells me anyway. But it feels weird to be on this side of the podcast, internet radio thing. So I'm like you told me when you came here last week, I'm gonna sit back tonight and enjoy the podcast.
You can chill. Yeah, no, I can dig it. I'm also excited to have another one of our original brothers join us here on the show. He is the co-founder of Legacy Internet Radio and former co-host of this show. He is affectionately known to us all as Big Rube.
Yo,
I
what's
said
going on?
Big Rube.
Yo, what's going on, my brother?
How you doing, brother?
Man, I am
It's good to see
fancy
you.
free. Ah, man, great to see y'all as well. It's a great day. It's a great day. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm on vacation. I ain't got to do that 9 to 5
Okay.
this week, you know.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and get in because it's been a minute since I got in. I mean, y'all see that right there? Uh huh. Uh huh. That's the only team out of this group that won yesterday. And on top of all that, we also didn't get boat raced by two
Well,
other teams.
Yeah,
And
I don't
it,
mind.
yeah.
I don't mind
We
boat
starting
racing.
early. We gonna come back. We gonna come back to all of them. Yeah, see, he gonna start already. You know what I mean? Finally, you got the Washington football team that's relevant. He wants to start already. There's gonna be plenty of
Hot
time
dogs and
for
mustard. That's what
that.
they look like. Their whole
Big
uniforms
bro,
look like
can
hot
you wait?
dogs and mustard.
I mean, damn, can you wait?
nope, I've been dealing with this for years. And this is the first time I can say that I'm better than both of y'all, at least for 1 week.
Yeah,
So y'all get to hear it.
yeah. It's been a long time.
But how you doing, brother?
Yeah,
Everything's wonderful.
but what I would like to do before we did that is I'd like to talk to you both about your shows. And we just had the opportunity on Friday to be joining on Taking No Shorts podcast with my man Jay Grizzy. In the past, of course, we joined you on 5 Minute Warning, Big Rube. But I would like for you to talk to the listeners about what you got going on and your crew, and just kind of share everybody with what's the deal with your show and all of the things that you're doing, and if you can lump in your experience just in the 12 years that we've been doing radio together, if you can kind of tie all of those things together for us.
Who's going first? Want to rock paper scissors, Rube?
Big
I
Rube,
mean, nah, man, nah. Let Jay Grizzly
Big Rube, that's
the
Big Rube up
the
first.
yeah. I mean, let Jay Grizzly go first, man, because he the man that started all this. So I'm gonna leave that to him.
Break your back and make you humble,
Well,
baby. Yeah.
that's the reason why I wanted him to come last. Like the champion always comes out last. That was why I wanted you to go first and lead us off. But since you got to switch up on me, I'm gonna have you go first, Grizz. Talk to us
All
about
right.
taking those shows. You see how he is? You see the pivot? See the pivot?
Yeah, I got you.
Talk
So
to us
good,
about
man.
taking
So
those
good.
shorts podcast. Yeah.
Well, taking no
Talk to us
shorts.
about
Thanks,
taking those
Mark.
shorts.
Taking no shorts came about after a long hiatus and a period of life that was for me. Um, eye opening and growing at the same time. That and I felt like I had to get it out there. And it's always if anybody that follows Legacy Internet Radio or any iterations of a podcast that I've done or been in association with Marcus J, you'll see Jay Grizzy on a stand-up stage, and then you won't see him again for another 6 to months to a year. Or you'll see Jay Grizzy on on a podcast, and then you won't see him again for 6 months to a year. Then you'll see. You heard Jay Grizzly got locked up for something crazy, and then you don't see him. No, I'm just joking. But with this iteration, I wanted to be consistent, be as as authentic as I possibly can be, and as comfortable. Without, I mean, going back to when we did the green room, having fun, you know, having fun, putting the creative process and finding a good time and putting this together because we all know, 12 years. Like putting this together is not easy, even whether and back then we didn't even know what we were doing. So we were naive to all the work that goes on putting a production like this together. Thank God for the internet, and that's the one part about artificial intelligence I can attribute to. It's going to help in that because when I go through edits, it's hard, and all I got to do is tell the iRobot, go here, cut out Marcus's scene, and put my scene in the middle. So I mean, it's just taking the choices, been a blast doing. I love hosting it. It started out as I wanted to talk to comics in Richmond, to now I'm just having a good time with my friends and talking about subjects that range. Oh, I'm on a. This is what I wanted to announce. This is a big announcement. I wish you had a hand clap. Can I get a hand clap for this announcement? Come on, please. If you don't know, I'm announcing my candidacy because it's election. It's election season. It's election season. I'm announcing my candidacy for president of all Black Gen Xers in America. And the tag to my campaign is Yeti. Thank you, man.
What?
Yeah. It's good. Hey, look, you, Ruben, you the one that asked to follow that.
Hey, man.
You the one that
Yeah.
asked to
Oh,
follow that.
excuse me,
I
excuse me,
wanted you to go
excuse me.
first.
No, excuse me. I'm sorry. And I'm looking for a running mate
Sir.
for vice president of all Black Gen Xers in America, preferably a sister. Yeah, Dad.
Oh, this
Yeah,
dude is crazy.
yeah. I don't. Yeah. He's always on one, and you gotta love it. Big Rube, you the one that wanted to follow him, so now you get to what you want to talk to us about your show and your crew and the wonderful things that you're doing.
Yeah. So, almost 4 years ago, I
Big
went on
Rube.
a trip. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Almost 4 years ago, I went on a trip to Orlando, Florida, and by myself. I drove my happy ass down there and hung out for a week and drove my happy ass back. And on my way back, I was like, yeah, it was time to get out there, brother. And 5 minutes, I came up with the whole premise and everything on my trip, on my 13-hour drive back. And on October 29th will be 4 years. And it's pretty much myself, my cousin AG, and my boy Moby. And when it's all said and done, it's just three brothers talking about whatever, whenever, around the world, how crazy women are. I mean, some of everything. But, we also talk about my life. And I really have no issues of putting it out there on blast because, in the grand scheme of things, if you listen to my life, then yours must be horrible. But nah, it's all good, baby. And we do it every Sunday, 9 p.m. till whenever we get the hell off. And usually about an hour and a half. And yeah, we got the podcast drops on the weekend. So if you miss it, you catch us live on YouTube or Twitch. If you miss it, that's cool. You can follow me on my Twitter in the gram below. Hey, it's always a good time. And honestly, I'm going to put it out there. We are always looking for somebody, some woman to prove us wrong. Because somehow, every basic conversation ends up talking about women. So,
Damn.
I mean, it's just what it is, bro.
Damn.
The cool thing about it is, like I said, three black men just talking about whatever. It's almost like in a barbershop. But the only difference is the whole world can hear it. And Hey, as
Yeah.
Jay Grizzy, we don't take no shorts either. We call it like it is. We call it like we see it.
Yeah.
And it's all
Yeah.
because
You know what I want to
12 years
ask you?
ago on this show.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that, Ruben and Grizzy. I want you to answer the same question, Ruben first. But has the 12 years that we had been doing, has it gone fast for you? How does it play into what you're doing now? Talk to us about that legacy, because I'll be honest with you, I'm quite proud of it. I'm proud of the fact that I got to do it with y'all. I'm proud that the three of us, with Carlton Banks and Miss Tony and the dating pool diva and comedian Lisa P, the seven of us created this a long time ago, and so I'm very proud of that. So Ruben, give me your reflections on that time frame, and as I mentioned, Grizz, I want you to go after him. Ruben,
I mean, it's a beautiful 12 years, man.
Rube, can you hear me,
Yeah,
Rube?
yeah, I got you. It's a beautiful 12 years. I remember starting out, doing the show, being on Grizzy's show, getting invited to Grizzy's show. And next thing you know, Grizzy's like, you know what, Marcus, you can go ahead and take my show. And we did that. And then, hey, man, Ain't No Half Steppin' has been a nice chunk of my 12 years. And it was beautiful. And honestly, I don't think if we have not done any of that, if we had not created Legacy Internet Radio, I don't think I'm doing this podcast right now, And, just basically, as you always say, the first month of Legacy Internet Radio was in Big Rube's kitchen.
Sure was.
And I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that there's actually pictures of that.
Yeah, I got him. I think I was the only one that took the pictures. Look, I was too busy taking the pictures because I knew it was historic, but y'all was busy trying to put the production together, because you could see Mark at the board. Y'all had one of them, I don't know what type of board that joint was, but in 2012, you had a DJ Melly Mel, DJ Grandmaster Flash board in your kitchen.
I mean, and as the story goes, we put it together in a week, basically. Like we did, we ordered everything, we got the permits and all that stuff in a week. And hey, man, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get started, and then watch it grow from there. And yeah, man, these 12 years, I took some time away, but I'm glad to be back in the thick of it, and I'm glad to be here celebrating those 12 years, brother. Because to be perfectly honest with you, like I said, if we had not done that, I don't know if I'm doing a podcast today. Not even saying if I would have had the courage to do it. Just the fact of actually doing it. So, and to me, it's therapy. I ain't got to pay nobody to listen to me. I got a whole bunch of people out there who might want to listen to me. So, and if you don't,
but you're not a professional. No, fuck that. I need a therapist.
Hey,
I need a therapist.
You can pay for that. Or you can sit here and talk about it on your podcast. And that way, you ain't got to pay no damn body.
Right,
anything.
True.
So,
Makes sense.
But nah, man. 12 years beautiful, man.
We getting some love from Coach Reggie.
Peace.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J, live from NewDen, Legacy Internet Radio. I want to bring in this brother. Is a dear friend of mine. He's a friend in that radio, just like we are. And he's pretty boy. Can you hear me? Damon, can you hear me?
The Silver Fox. Oh no, but he got the cat fitted out. He ready. He ready. We just can't hear him.
Is he on mute?
He might be on mute, but he going in.
Oh, brother.
Can you unmute him, Marcus? Unmute the man, Marcus.
Am I muted now?
Oh,
yeah, you good now. I was waiting. We was going in on you, James, for a minute.
I know, Jay. You was probably going in. I just want to say what's up real quick. I wanted to be on the show. I want to make sure I got my drink ready. I got my drink
off of mute. You got to.
and then I got my hat on because I always wanted to put on the competing hat for the host, so the host know what's going on. Even look, even though we got smoked last night too.
Right? Oh yeah, right.
Not 40-0, but we lost 2.
We gonna take these L's early. Rube, this is one for the ages. Where only a hot dog and mustard ketchup looking team as the Washington Commanders could sit here and brag.
They lucked out. They lucked out tonight. They lucked out.
It was Arizona. They was playing the SEC team, so it was all good.
I mean, it was. Hey, baby, it was 11 versus 11. If your 11 won't that good, it ain't my fault.
Hey, I mean, if you want to look at it like that, as opposed to the black and gold, we gotta have blacks kicked.
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, woo, boy.
Hey, look, nobody took an L like we took an L. We took a 40-0 L in front of the whole country on national TV. The only time,
it take a grown ass man to admit to any of this. It take a grown ass man to admit to these ass whoopings.
Is what it is. Let me before I continue my point. Let me get a special salutation. Our sister said good morning. As we greet her at this stage of the show every single week. Normally, John and Steph, and yours truly.
I know what to say.
Good morning, Sue.
Morning, Sue.
Good morning, Sue.
Morning.
And cheers to another 12 years. She says, "Thank you." Coach Ship said that we look like the Bad News Bears out there. He said, "Let's go with the Cowboys."
That's crazy. We say the Bad News Bears. Shout out to the Bears. Shout out to the Bells Barnes, man, that sponsored that little league
Big
team.
Rube, you the only one that got a win yesterday. How you feel about that?
So look, I'm gonna be real. We didn't deserve that shit. We didn't. We played like pure terrible, and the only touchdown they scored was a fumble recovery from our quarterback. Bruh, we didn't deserve that, but we gonna take it all day.
Hey, hold on.
Hey, listen, if you play a lot better than the team if you play a lot better than the team that you beat, even by a little bit, you deserve that W, bro.
Yeah, I mean, a W is a W, and a win is a win, no matter what level it is.
Right.
Because you can't tell the other party the value of that win. But think about your first win, guys. When I got that first win, looking back at it, we all Black Gen Xers. I'm running for Black Gen X president. Yeah, they put in your bid.
What is that? What is this Black Gen X president? What is he talking about?
Yo, I'm telling you, the internet gonna need somebody to represent for us. And I'm running for that title, man. That's what I'm doing.
You gonna have a championship belt and everything? You gonna have the championship belt and everything with that?
No. I'm gonna be suited and booted because I gotta represent. You know, I'm gonna be suited and booted. So
okay.
But I just got
Cody Rhodes then. Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I'm a Cody Rhodes guy. Yeah. Hey, and I'm gonna have my Brandy right with me. Yeah, that gonna be my vice president.
Oh Jesus!
Horrible, absolutely horrible.
Oh no, I'm saying think about your first win, guys. Like what my first win, especially in sports when I made JV. Not varsity, when we had tryouts for JV, 9th grade, I'm 14, 15 years old. I know everybody else we grew up with, played ball together. It's a lot of brothers out there. It ain't but 12 gonna make the team, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I had that confidence. I'm like, I don't know if my handles is right. I know I got a nice J. I know I can play defense, all that. So I was skeptical. I didn't believe in myself, right? When coach said when the list came out and that 12 out of about 25 have two dozen is 24 people, that 12 and my name was on it. That's a win.
I'll take it as a win. Shit, if even if you get picked last, you're still on the team.
You're still on the team. So think about like Some people talk about, Washington. They won a football game yesterday. All
Oh, look
right.
at coach. Look at coach. Look at coach.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
They
I
they
hope
won
that shit
they won
fall. I hope
they
that
won
shit
a
fall
foot.
down.
Now
They
I
won
put
a
some up there
football game.
so it wouldn't fall. Cause I
But
don't
right,
trust y'all.
right. The ghost of a ghost was go come in there and take it down. But check this out, right?
The ghost of
So
Daniel Snyder gonna knock you
Oh,
right,
down.
the John Gruden gonna come in
hey
that
man,
joint.
that's a curse word, man. That's a curse word. We don't talk about that.
Hey, I don't. Hey, that's not my team. That's not my team.
Ah,
But to Ruben, that's what this win feels like. If you ever like, I'm used to like I'm gonna say I told this on taking no shorts this past Friday. Y'all hear it when it come out later on this week. I like winners. I did the whole Mike Singletary when he was coaching the 49ers bid, right? Because Mark asked me, he always, he don't understand it. But he was like, yo, how can you be a Steeler fan growing up in Virginia? And I was like, well, as the future president of all black Gen Xers on the internet, you think I gotta represent and let them know that I want winners. So as I was growing up, that's who was winning. So that's who I latched on to. Then we went on a whole other spell. But to Ruben, this feels like getting picked on the JV team. It's a win. So we're gonna let him have that. Go ahead, Ruben.
all I'm saying is my man did have to compare y'all to the Nebraska Cornhuskers, dog. That's foul. That's real
So
foul.
who compared the Steelers to the Nebraska Cornhuskers?
No, compared to
Coach
Giants.
Ship. Coach Reggie
Oh,
Ship just
Yeah,
yeah.
even
Yeah,
oh,
Nebraska
he in the
scored more.
comments. Oh, damn. Oh, that's a Cowboy fan,
he in
probably.
the comments feeling it.
Oh yeah, he
Oh
got.
yeah,
Yeah,
Cowboy fan feeling themselves really,
I
really
mean,
much
bro.
today. Woo, boy, then you couldn't tell. You
yeah,
can't tell a
yeah.
Cowboy fan. You'd have thought the Cowboy
Let
fan was
me
Barack Obama when they finally told him he is president of the United States in 2008. That's what you think Cowboy fans
you
hear.
know what you know what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is with Cowboys. The Cowboys get one or two really big wins every season, and that's all they get. They haven't
Right.
gotten anything more than that since the mid '90s, and so most of their fan
We
base
know what it is.
doesn't even know what it feels like to win. They don't know what it
Man,
feels like to win, and the
bro.
My son
ones who
don't
do
know
know
what.
what it feels like to win, it's been so long for them that they used to talking shit. They got nothing else.
Mhm.
So I dig it. I don't even trip off of it. We lost 40-0, and there's really nothing that you can say about a 40-0 loss other than we got our asses kicked. But consider the source. That's gonna be the biggest, like they peaked in
Watch
week
him be a
one.
preacher. I mean, you speak so much truth, bro. You should be a
Yeah.
preacher, man. Because sometimes some delusional fans of other teams, and I'm not gonna call them out, but they get visions of grandeur, and sometimes
Yeah.
the truth. I equate them to the
Yeah.
orange guy, right? I
Coach,
do. I equate the fandom
coach
to
is
the
saying,
orange guy.
so stop it. You're not the only. Hold on, Grizz. That wasn't the only. You're not the only Cowboys fan, Coach Ship, that was for. There's a lot of y'all that speak in manner that you haven't earned. You haven't seen your team win, and frankly, many of you have never even been to a game. You root for a team on the other side of the country that happened to be good when you was a kid.
But you know,
Oh, my bad. Wasn't that your
Damn, he
existence,
just
Chris?
yeah. You just hurt my feelings, Marcus. How you gonna
Hey, man.
how you gonna talk about
Hey,
me
look.
to
Hey,
my
look.
face like that, bro? How you gonna do that to me?
Because you know why? Because I don't
Because
do
you love you.
shade. I'm more likely to come right. I'll come right through the front door, man. I don't do no shade.
Marcus out
Yeah,
here
Yeah,
throw,
yeah.
throwing bullets, man. He mad. But hey,
that's
Hey,
what a
man. Hey,
journalism
look.
dude
Honestly,
would do, though.
it's easily the most obnoxious fan base, other than maybe
Oh,
Lakers fans and Yankees fans, of which I'm a Yankees
yeah. Oh,
fan.
by
We're
a mile.
obnoxious fan base. I happen to
By
not
a
be
mile.
yeah.
the obnoxious one. Yeah,
So I'll say this, man, and then I'm gonna
yeah.
step away for a brief second. But look, man, in the grand scheme of things, me and Stephen A. Smith don't get along. I think he's sometimes questionable, but bro, That montage they made at the end of that season last year with those people crying,
Oh, that was
the
great.
greatest shit
Oh yeah, that
ever.
was funny.
Oh my God.
That was
And
That
he
was
funny.
still
great.
plays it. It
Yeah.
is the greatest part about all of it. He's just like, I'm not getting mad. Just wait. Just wait. And that's how I am
They're
about
gonna let you
Cowboys
know.
fans. Just wait.
Yeah, they're gonna let you know. Dallas, the Cowboys gonna let you know come December and January. That's what I don't worry about. I don't even
Yeah.
get my, they let you know.
Because last year, I will say this. Last
I don't
year,
even think it's gonna wait till January. I mean December. It's gonna be
hey,
probably something that's over like around Thanksgiving,
Halloween, right?
hey,
even
hey,
before Thanksgiving.
hey, all I'm
Oh,
saying is I need for them to be undefeated come Thanksgiving. That's all I want.
well, you
Who?
ain't
Because
gonna eat. You ain't gonna eat if
because
Washington.
Undefeated at Thanksgiving?
no. I need the Cowboys to be
Hey, look,
undefeated come Thanksgiving.
anyway,
Because Washington plays them on Thanksgiving. The
Oh
greatest
Lord.
Thanksgiving gift I could ever receive is for us to
here's the
end
last
that.
here's the last thing I want to say about it. I
We
want to
did
make
that to
my
Philly
feelings.
too. Philly got that last year too. Sorry.
Very, 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 very clear.
Marcus out here getting all slow on us.
They are, to me,
Mark,
the
you're getting
most
all
obnoxious
slow.
fan base in sports.
Repeat that.
He said that they are the most obnoxious fan base in sports, but he's breaking up.
Then he
You
froze.
hear us, Mark? He
There
froze
we
up.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
hey man.
What can I tell you, man? What can I tell you? Technology is a motherfucker. I got nothing. I got nothing. To finish the point on the Cowboys, they are, for me, the most obnoxious fan base. They just are.
You better get with that AI, brother. Gotta turn it. You better cut on
Anyway,
the robot.
let's
Hey, y'all got some nice background, so I had to go get my old Adrian Peterson jersey to put in the back. Cause y'all got some nice shit going on back there. And I was like, you know what? Instead of looking at my bare wall shit, I'm gonna put up my old AP jersey right there.
I thought, hey,
Up there, so my wall looking like I just moved into the apartment and shit like that. I was like, you know what?
Dave,
Hell no.
I thought Dave, I hope the internet don't come for me. I thought Dave was a hostage somewhere in the city, right? I was like, oh shit, they got Dave somewhere. What? We got to go up top.
It's fucking taking the Steppin version.
Right. I say, yo, what? I hope Dave, all right, cause they look like. Give me a signal, Dave. Let me know where you at, B. I'm coming. How they say it?
Once we place to know.
I'm sorry. We sorry, boy. We sorry. You shouldn't have put all of us together like this.
He know what it
You gonna
was. He
come
know what it
save
was
a
gonna
man.
be. What happened to Coach?
I think
And this is what I was hoping for.
but I think
I knew
Ruben
it. I
said
knew
he
it.
had to step away.
Here's another thing I do want to talk with y'all about. We got the
What's good?
for it. Yeah, Ruben stepped away. What y'all think of Coach Prime, man?
Good money.
Deion Sanders, what y'all
Man,
got?
listen. Straight money,
Grizz,
man. Straight money. I'm happy he's rubbing that in everybody's face. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy he's rubbing it in everybody's face. And just like he said, he got receipts. Deion got receipts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He remember what Cat said, when they said it, how they said it, on what platform, and he's just getting it in. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I think I'm more happy for them kids, because Deion was always the type that was always gonna be, all up in lights. Deion's name, with everything that was attached to Deion Sanders was always going to be something that was big. But I'm happy that them kids who most of the sports community, sports writers community that shitted on Deion, shitted on those kids that transferred, and now they are where they are right now. Ranked, I think last time I checked, they was ranked 8 from not ranked before the season start to rank number 18 in the U.S. right now. For 65 kids that wasn't going to amount to nothing. I'm real happy.
Yeah, I mean, I see no lies detected. I remember when Dion was, first of all, the young generation, don't even know Deion Sanders the way we know. We know Deion Sanders from Florida State cornerback, prime time, to the must be the money, to the MC Hammer, Jerry Curl.
Too
Like
legit
he
to
was
quit.
too legit to quit. I mean, I don't even know who we can equate Deion Sanders to in pro football. 25 years, probably 30 years, a generation after he didn't even left the game. So I don't think the young people even know who he is, but he gonna let you know who he is because he,
hmm
he. I think what's got people to buy in is he just being a real one. Like if like probably if you ever know anybody that played college athletics, that's a cutthroat business. And a lot of cats will lie to you, tell you you can come with me and I'll make sure you start and this, that, and the other, or I'm gonna play your son and this, that, and the other. And he had to battle through all that and still get to where he at right now. Hey,
Right.
hats off for like I said, I remember when he was on NFL Network and he was talking about how he wanted to coach and nobody was gonna give him a coaching opportunity. And this was when he was being an analyst. And he said if he ever got the opportunity to coach, he was gonna win a Super Bowl. And and I'm telling you, this might be his path. Too I would not be too worried. Colorado's a stepping stone to probably another college or a pro job, and he can win a Super Bowl in the next 15 to 20 years. I'll put that. That's a hot take. You can put that up, put it in your pipe and smoke it.
I don't think it'll take that long. I mean, I
All right.
really don't think it'll take that long for him to win. I mean, at least get close to being one of the 8 teams vying for the national championship within the next 3 years at Colorado, and then
Yeah.
him springboarding into something in the NFL. He definitely not gonna take no offensive coordinator bullshit. He's gonna be straight coach.
Yeah.
At this point, but. In all honesty, I can't really, with the good old boy network in the NFL, how many cats is going to give him a shot in the NFL?
Magic. Ruben's team.
Please. So so here's what I think.
Rivera's
Here-
done.
Here's what I think, man. He ain't going to NFL for what? So he can deal with a whole bunch of overpaid dudes just like himself, how he was, man. He gonna stay in college, and he gonna make Colorado a place that black people go to because it's too cold in Colorado, man. I ain't going there. I've been there like once, and it's cold.
I
But
don't want to cut you short. Give me a second, real quick. I can see him staying in Colorado, but he's the type of person that if he has the drive to be the best as a coach
He
or
was
as
gonna
a
say something.
player, he going to the NFL because you can't equate a NCAA championship even with the personality, and I think he can
yeah,
deal with the personality as well.
but look,
He'll Jimmy
but look,
Johnson them.
but look, man. The best college coaches went to the NFL and failed. Look at Saban. Saban went to the NFL,
I'm
failed.
trying to think. You're right because I'm trying to
I
think of a
mean,
college coach.
why go
Oh,
to the
Jimmy
NFL?
Johnson. Jimmy Johnson is the
Jimmy
only college
Johnson went.
coach. Yeah,
Jimmy,
Jimmy Johnson.
hey,
On,
Jimmy Johnson went.
and I think
I'm
he
you
know
all
how to
day.
deal with people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
you
mean, I
all
think
day,
he know how
man.
to deal with people, and so does Dion. I think Dion knows how to motivate 12-year-old. I mean, college age, especially brothers. And then when he already
Here's
been
what I
he
would
the hot.
say.
Go ahead.
Here's what I would say. First, let me get a comment in. Coach Ship, thank you, brother, for working and rocking with us because he's the one that reminded me to make sure we brought this up. He said, "Do you believe now?" is the funniest soundbite ever. And
Yeah.
he said that he's not going to go to the NFL because he's making more money. He has opportunity to mold players for the next level. No, I'm on the fence about that one. I love the fact that Dion is making people choke on their words. I love that. I love the fact that he is making a name for himself in an area that was not necessarily dominated by our people. HBCU thing, they talk shit about him there. And now, of course, with him being in a national level program, doing wonderful things, and the son is, you know, I think it's a great story.
Both of them.
Big Rube, jump in here, give me
No, I said both his kids, man. We can't leave out the other one who plays defense.
Big Rube,
He,
both of
yeah,
who?
I'm here. Both of Deion's sons, man. One plays quarterback, one plays safety.
Yeah.
Both of them getting drafted. And why go to the NFL so you got to deal with all the bullshit?
Yeah.
I
Because
want to be the best.
nah, man.
I mean,
I
I
think it's
agree with Rube
ego.
on that. I mean,
Why you
I
want to
agree
deal
with
with a
Rube on
whole
that,
bunch of
but
grown ass people who don't want to do shit when they don't want to do? Man, who cares, man? He won his chips. He just go sit there. He gonna bring a chip
He
to
won them
Colorado.
and coached them. To won them and coached them, so you can say who think about it. All right, who has
Damon, jump
played?
in. Damon, jump in here. You were looking to jump in here, Damon. Jump in.
no. I was just gonna say, you know, I mean,
Damon, jump in.
I agree with Rube on that point because I think that, you know, at the end of the day, he might look at it and say, okay, well, you know what, maybe I'll go to a bigger program than Colorado and not want to deal with the bullshit from the NFL and the NFL owners, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, like Coach Ship said, you know, he can make more money. Colorado signed him to a $29 million deal, and they didn't even have the money to pay him. They didn't even have the money to go ahead and actually give him that money. You know what I'm saying? They signed him on the hopes that he would be able to come in and be primetime Deion Sanders and with that flash, the razzle dazzle, and turn that team around. And within 2 games, they selling out. They selling out. They done got more wins. They done double their win total from last year.
That's
So hold
true.
on. Wait. They only won one game last year.
Yep.
They won one game last year.
In the
Already.
Pac-12.
Last year.
Yeah.
And the
Wow.
Pac-12, and then the
I
year
did not-
before that,
I didn't
and the year
even know
before
that.
I think they only won 3 games. So I mean, he's already given them more wins in the last 2 years than they had 2 years prior. You know what I'm saying? Sign him to a contract that they didn't even have the money to pay him for, which he knew. You know what I'm saying? And even what's even crazier is he had a contract with Under Armour
Right.
to the
And
point
he had to
where
give up.
Nike wanted him back so bad because of what he was doing. Nike wanted him back so bad. Nike bought him out of his Under Armour contract, I believe, and now he's back with Nike. So
He
in
flipped
that
it.
in that whole instance, and that whole instance, he's turning that whole thing around. So yeah, I mean, I could agree with the whole fact that possibly he won't go to the NFL. You know, he might go to a bigger program. You know what I'm saying, in Colorado. But at the end of the day, I'm happy he's getting his shit, and I hope his sons go 1 and 2 in the draft. I hope
Wow,
that
that would
does.
be
And he be right
crazy.
there, just stand on the stage. His sons go 1 and 2 in the draft, and then he shut the whole shit down.
Yeah, that would be crazy. That's some big time stuff right
And Hunter go 3.
Yeah.
So
Hunter go 3.
James, our brother from VUU, was checking in. He said, Miami tried to sign Drew Brees, which could have made a difference. So that's what his comment is. Let's shift here for a minute in the limited time that we have left here together. I want to get in some WWE conversation. Today, very possibly is the end of an era in WWE with the sale to Endeavor to consolidate UFC and WWE supposed to take place after today, sometime soon. Tonight is supposed to be the very last McMahon controlled Monday Night Raw. So I'm definitely curious to see how things go with that. I mentioned that to Mrs. J, and the first thing Mrs. J asked me when I told her that, she said, well, is Hunter going to still be in control? Is Paul supposed to still be Booker? Who knows the positions that folks are going to stay in, but that's an absolutely fair question. Ruben, I see your face. What's your thoughts on that, bro?
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why
Ruben?
would you kick him out of the Booker role if they're doing great? Ratings are higher, PPVs are higher. Like every premium live event Every PLE, every
that's what we got
PLE is
going
doing better. Is doing better than the last. There's no reason why you change that. Honestly, you just kick old ass McMahon out and be like, you can be on the board, but don't you touch his product. Why would you mess up such a winning formula? If you do that, I mean, then you'll boo-boo the fool, but they not gonna do nothing. You not ain't gonna notice it. I think it's gonna be the same thing. They'll keep everything the same because why not? It ain't none. It's not like they're losing money hand over fist. It's not like they're not getting good ratings. It's not like these PLEs aren't selling out. Business is great. Why mess it up? That's my opinion on it.
Okay, can I go? Can I explain why? W. Yeah, W.
Next.
C.
What you got?
W. That's why. Because that conglomerate of UFC that's taken over, they can kick Hunter out. Vince probably going to have some type of say in it, but just like it's going to change. It's probably going to change, and we all know just from history as wrestling fans, when you get non-wrestling people because involved or somebody's in the mix. So what Mark was saying earlier, yeah, you don't want to throw Heyman out, you don't want to throw Triple H out because they bring value. But if they ain't got no stroke, it could be the other people that's got 51% over Vince's 50 that can say, no, we don't want that. Let's put out the ding dongs.
So let me say this. I'm gonna jump in before we move on to anybody else. Has anybody been watching UFC recently? Anybody watch UFC pay-per-views?
I just know Adesanya lost Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw that other pay-per-view the other night. That's the last thing I've seen on UP.
So about 5 months ago, after they came out saying that, UFC and WWE gonna combine and all this stuff, on that pay-per-view card, it was the dude who just lost to Sugar Shane, O'Malley. I can't remember his name.
O'Malley?
Yeah, O'Malley's a champ now.
Shane.
Yeah, he's a champ.
Yeah, damn, you're taking me back to like.
But that's what his name is, Sugar Shane O'Malley. But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You said Mosley.
No, O'Malley. No, so like 5 months ago when they
Wait a minute. Our average dude got the name Sugar Shane?
Yeah, he be knocking people out, dog.
All right, fine.
It's nice.
Okay.
So literally about 5 months ago, they set up this fight. After the champion at the time, won, they had him on the outside just waiting. And after the dude did his interview inside the octagon, they brought him in for a standoff. Blah blah blah. Yo, if that won't the most WWE shit ever.
Yeah, but that's not you. I mean, we know UFC. UFC is always a shoot. UFC is a shoot. Outside, and when you hold on, UFC is a shoot in the octagon. Everything else outside of the octagon is, that is where Vince and them can add to that. But you step into the octagon, that's a shoot. And if you go into that octagon, ask Kurt Angle when he went up against the homeboy, put him in the chicken wing, and Kurt got tight as hell.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they created a scene, which UFC never did. They never did that. They would talk their shit and they would leave. They literally brought this dude. They flew him in to bring him in the ring, knowing that he's gonna be the next challenger, bro.
But UFC don't need no hype. UFC don't need that hype.
Exactly. But that's what they started to do, all because of WWE. I'm serious, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I mean, look at it.
I agree with you, but they're gonna try. I think somebody, when you have a merger like that, somebody it's gonna be a pissing contest somewhere. I know if it was me and my money involved in it, and that's my investment, it's gonna be did Mark just bounce?
I'm like,
he's coming back.
Did we lose the host of the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, all right, we're gonna keep this thing going because at least it says I'm still in the show. So
Hey, look, ain't no half stepping with everybody but Marcus J.
my Marcus, hey, I'm gonna tell you, you all know Mark. If you know Mark like I know Mark, Mark is having a motherfucking cow right now.
Bro.
So
He's
let's do
probably
his
like,
show.
oh, what the hell going on?
Yeah, let's do his
Let's do
show
him some
right.
justice. Let's do him some
Yeah,
justice.
let's do some
Let's do
justice.
some
Yeah,
justice.
but he
and
had to
So
let's play
leave.
good.
He
Let's
had
play
to leave
good.
this comment up here.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll let him. I'm
he
gonna let
need to
him deal.
moderate because
Yeah,
it could be
I'm
some
gonna let him
football
deal
shit
with
up in
that.
here in a minute.
I'm gonna go back to the wrestling. I'm gonna let him deal with that because if he go through the edits, he can pick it up right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. There you go. I told you.
That's what we're gonna do.
Boom.
Every mix it through.
Yeah, if you
Every
made
mix
it
it
through,
through. Oh,
you
look at
good?
that. The host is back. Yo, we got the host back up in here. All right, baby. All right.
Hey, can
You
you
good,
take this
bro?
message off, man? It's all covering me up, man. I don't need to see this trash.
No, I
Yeah,
I,
you
I
still got
put
some
it.
white queen shit up in here. Go.
I mean, whatever,
Hey,
man.
hey, Corey. Hey, tell Corey. Ain't no white. Hey,
I
hey, who?
put
What's this shit with the Corey? Get his ass
Thank you.
off the screen.
Yeah, thank you.
there
Hey,
for a reason.
I don't know
Spoken
how.
earlier.
Yes,
Grizz,
What'd you say?
yes, I'm here.
Grizz.
We gotta work on this.
Can you tell?
What about a battle?
I said we was gonna be nice, right?
Oh, we have. Oh, yes. We are gonna be nice. I don't
We
think I
were
said
nice
anything yet.
until that came up. We were fine until that came up. That's
I
all I'm
didn't say
saying.
anything. To be
That's all I'm
fair,
saying.
Mark. To be fair, Mark, I didn't even notice. Hold on, I did not notice the comment. Ruben noticed the comment, and then Dane was like, "Yeah, we got to do something about that." And I said, "You know what? Let's go back to I said, let's go back to wrestling."
That's
what
hey,
happened.
look, we was on our best behavior. Hey, look, we was on our best behavior while the host was taking care of technical difficulties. We started getting back into the wrestling
I
shit.
said, hey, let's let me
And
hey
he's going again. What happened?
yeah let's act out what happened when he's going again. I was gonna say let's act out what happened when he was gone, and we be like, hold it, did Mark just leave us? I feel like I'm watching the Flash. I saw the Flash on
It'd be like ain't no half stepping with everybody else except
Yeah.
Marcus J. we just gonna keep moving the same thing.
We've
We just
officially
keep
taken
moving
I've
the
been
same
trying.
thing.
Hey, I gotta let him know. Hey, if next time he do one of these, I got to put him on.
Oh man, listen, I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
thought
Maybe I think he's gonna run the wire. Might run the hard wire down to the router or whatever. I don't know
to
what's
the
going on.
router. So,
what he said he
but
was running the hard wire. I mean, maybe.
Oh, he is. Oh, here he comes. Wait. It's back again.
Oh man.
why he had to come back on smiling? Why he had why he had to come back on with the gums on fleek, yo? What?
Gun blazing. He had the gun blazing, like right there in the camera, like, hey, F y'all,
Hey,
man.
yo,
Hey, look, straight stone cold.
all
He
I
was straight
see is
stone cold, like,
all I saw was glasses and teeth, baby. That's all I saw when he came back. Oh my God.
Hey, look, I'm not
Even
convinced.
Hey man, it's your show, bro. Back to you.
I'm not convinced
Look,
that
go
my
ahead.
mic is
Hey,
gonna work.
look.
I don't know what's going on with the technical shit. I got nothing. I don't know what's going on with shit, but I want to give some love here to our sister Toyana, Legacy Internet Radio. Alumni is checking in with us. She says she sees us having a good time. We appreciate her here talking trash. We love him too. I don't know through the technical stuff if y'all heard me trying.
All right. All right.
Oh,
So messed up.
he I mean, he don't want me to.
That's
He don't
some
want
of
me to do
this
this.
technical stuff
No,
that
no,
we
no.
got
It's
going
it was
on and talk a little bit about 9/11. Can we get some of that conversation in? Let's start with Damon. You were up there, or I would not there, but have some sort of ties to it. Um, can we get to that? Can you guys hear me? Am I?
Yeah, we're good. We're good, bro.
I'm
yeah,
still
yeah,
breaking
yeah.
up.
Yeah, yeah, you fading in.
That,
No, you good.
okay.
You good.
All right. Let's talk some 9/11 stuff. Grizzy, I want you.
All right.
Let's
Let me
talk
change
some
my hat.
9/11 stuff. Grizzy, you up first. Where were you? Give me some reflection.
I was here in VA.
Grizzy,
I
you
had
got me.
connections. Yeah, I got you. I was here in VA. I had connections because I used to live in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. I used to work on I forgot the name of the street, not State Street. I used to live down the street from 550 State Street, where Jay-Z in his rhymes was talking about he was bumbling them things, and I was like a half a block away, and I was being a herb because I was working a regular job back then. Minimum wage in Brooklyn was $6 an hour in the 90s. And I'm like, this man getting money, and I see him every day, but I don't know why I holler at him. But no,
Mm.
I was had connections to New York, and I remember picking up the phone, calling um a woman that I was dating when I was there, and got a busy signal. I got a busy signal because she worked in the first World Trade Center one, and when I saw the plane hit, I said, "Damn, all right, that's natural. Probably not going to be able to get through to people, in that building." And then I just kept calling. Like, it was just traumatic. To make a long story short, like, I just kept calling, because when you see it, a lot of, like, to people, I don't think the younger people might know because they see a lot of stuff. But for our generation and back, like, to see some type of Pearl Harbor stuff, real life happening on television live, I think it does. I think it did something, and it does something to people. Our parents' generation had Pearl Harbor. This Our generation is this 9/11, and it did something to me, because I didn't think, even after me and this woman was no longer dating, I would care enough to be like, oh, let me pick up the phone and see how you doing. And then, strangely enough, another lady I was dating, yeah, did. No, but
I can't with the zoo, yo. I can't. I can't with the zoo.
no, but another sister,
Come on, Mark.
yeah, Mark pieced out again, but I'm gonna finish the story until he come back.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
lived in Alexandria. Another sister I was dating back in the day was living in Alexandria, and worked not too far from, same day now, of course, from the Pentagon, like literally like the next office complex from the Pentagon. So I pick up the phone, I call, and she was just like, "I'm all right, but I don't know if my people that I know that work in there is all right." So it was a crazy, crazy day, and it's different. I'm gonna say this: it's different for me personally, because I saw, growing up in the hood, we see a lot of stuff. At least I did. I seen a lot of stuff growing up in the hood, but this right here took the cake. This right here took the cake. So it just put, and I don't think nobody, no matter who you are, no American life has been lived the same since that day. So that's
Yeah.
how
Can you guys
and I
hear me?
remember, yeah, we can hear you, Mark. I'll toss it back to you as the host.
Okay. I
Yeah,
had to switch it. I had to switch keys, and hopefully, going forward, we'll have some better stuff. But anyway, let's move on. And I normally say that a little bit differently, so I'll say it this way. Let us move on. Um, let's get some reflections from Ruben. Ruben, talk to us about what your experience was on 9/11.
So I was working in Chesapeake, Virginia at the time. Um, And at the job where I was working at, I was working in an observatory. That's where my building was. So when 9/11 happened, it's pretty much like, something's going on. And let's go to the observatory. And they put it on the big old IMAX joint. Bro, like the whole, basically the TV was up on the ceiling. And just to see it, it was crazy. And then just trying to get as much information as possible, even though in the grand scheme of things, it was very far away from me. I felt like I was still right there. And you see the first plane crash, and then you see the second plane miss. And it's just like, and then you hear about the third plane that didn't even make it. And then the other plane hit the Pentagon. It's like, what the hell's going on? And it just, honestly, man, I probably felt so powerless because you're sitting here and you're watching some real shit go down. And there's literally absolutely 1% nothing you can do. You're just sitting there watching this happen. It changes you, and it's just like, you see the first thing you think of is the people, not just people in the plane, the people in the buildings, the people on the ground. Like, I can only imagine, like, how anybody at that time was feeling. And, the only thing I could do is sit there and pray and just hopefully, someone eventually gets to the bottom of it. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, never have I felt so powerless to do anything on such a major scale. So yeah, I mean, that's how it affected me.
Yeah. Ain't I have Steppin with Marcus J live from home home den of Legacy Internet
Right.
Radio. Damon,
At the
yeah,
crib.
you up, Damon. I know that you had moved around quite a bit. Talk to us, Damon, about where you were in 2001 on September 11th, what your experience was like. Obviously, you and I being the only two of the four of us that have our direct roots to that area. I could see, of course, Twin Towers from my bedroom window, and you being right across the river as well. Talk to us about where you were at the time and what your thoughts were about that day.
Yeah, that building being the backdrop for us growing up. I mean,
Something's going on with your audio, bro.
can you hear me? Bluetooth bad right now.
Yeah, you got that Bluetooth on? Yeah, the Bluetooth is not gonna work.
There we go. Yeah, Bluetooth. If you go just go to intercom, what they call it, speakerphone. If you go to speakerphone, it'll be straight.
Yeah.
I got the what's the name? Okay, we cool. Me?
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the backdrop to that whole picturesque scene was our growing up. All the time we was in Jersey City, and I never forget 2001. I was working for Verizon, and I was working the overnight shift, and I was staying in Jersey City, and I was asleep, and then my mom's called me, and she was like, "Are you watching TV? Are you watching TV right now? What's going on?" A plane just crashed into the Twin Towers, and I was like, "Are you serious? That's never happened before." Blah 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 blah. And I don't know if you know, Mark, you remember where my mom's house was, like right down the street, Newark Avenue. It's a beeline right down that street. You could see the whole skyline. And what's crazy was when I came down the elevator, right into the corner of Newark Avenue and Summit Avenue, and I looked down the road, literally, it was right at the moment that the second plane had smacked into the second tower. And it was like traffic was at a standstill. People were just standing there looking the same direction I was looking. You heard fire, you heard police, you had ambulance, you just heard them, all over the place. People crying in the streets, and it was surreal. It was very surreal to actually be in that position in life to actually see something like that. Like Grizz said, it was Pearl Harbor for our parents and grandparents, and then for us to be able to see something like that and experience something like that was just something that was just terrifying at the same time. It was like eye opening because it was like we've heard about stuff that's happened in history. Pearl Harbor, World War II star, and World War I star, and then we really never had anything that really was thrust upon us as Gen X's and whatnot, and seeing everything, and for that to be something that happened. Yeah, we had the Gulf War and all the other stuff, but for this to be something that was right here on our background where we grew up, Mark, I mean, it was like, yo. And just like Jay, I was seeing someone at the time, and they worked in Manhattan, and the phone was busy, like boop boop boop, crying,
Couldn't get through.
trying to get through, and trying every email, trying to text or whatever, whatever the hell was going on at the time. It was just like impossible to do. So it was it was like surreal at that point. It was a good thing that most of my immediate family worked on the Jersey side. But even with that, I mean, Mark, we talked about that. You had your own issue with that with moms working in the city. So, talk about that.
Oof.
Yeah, Mark, we had the whole story. Mark had the biggest issue with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, I remember that day. Yeah, I remember that day. I was working the later shift that at the time, and so I got up late. But on September 10th, I was at the car dealer. I was buying my Toyota 4Runner that I had been so excited to buy. So
Remember that?
my receipt actually says September 11th, 2001. Remember that? Yeah.
Wow.
So I
They
remember
got the
waking up that
they got the
morning,
title
and
to the
when I
DMV
turned on the
late.
television, yeah, right. I remember waking up that morning, and when I turned on the television, literally the first thing I see as I wipe coal out my eye is to see the second plane strike the tower. That's the first thing that I see as I'm waking up. So as I'm like kind of gathering myself, I'm like, oh shit, like that's like real. I can see the smoke, and I can see, obviously that a real life or death situation is occurring right in front of me, like within minutes of me waking up. So obviously, first thing I do is get on the horn, call home because mom works in Trade Center. So I
Hmm.
call and the phone doesn't connect. And so, I continue and I continue and I continue and all day, phone's not connected. So meanwhile, at this time, I got to go to work. And the job that I'm working at the time is a insurance company that insured travelers
Hmm.
while they're traveling. Bags, your luggage, yourself. And so my company that I worked for at the time had to pay life insurance on four different people who were on various planes who lost their lives that
Mm.
day.
Damn.
That made it really, really personal for me. Obviously, I don't know those people, but
Hmm.
I know a lot of people that knew people who lost people that day. And for a lot, I was wondering if I had lost my mom because I knew that she was to be on the train that goes right underneath the World Trade Center. So, obviously it was a blessing when I got to hear her voice hours later. But as Damon laid out, like if you lived in Jersey City, then those twin towers were prominent to your view in many different parts of the town. Like if I like my bedroom window, Damon would tell you, like when you look out the window, you can see the twin towers, you know, and when we would drive back to New Jersey from being here, and you get to around exit 9, which is where my parents live now, it's going all the way up to 14B. As you get past 9 and the 10, 11, and you see those twin towers, the closer you get, the more they become prominent in your view. It's like, wow, okay, I'm home now. And that
Yep.
view, as of September 11th, 2001, was no longer there. So, it was traumatic. I heard just earlier today that last week they identified two more victims.
Yeah, you heard that,
Last
right?
week they
That's
Wait a minute.
identified two more victims.
It's like DNA wise, like they took them not
Yeah,
long to come up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I can
yeah,
see that happening.
yeah, yeah.
And it
So,
don't
so
go
just
away. Don't go
yeah, but
away.
just think about the trauma that it must take. Just think about the trauma, Grizz, that it must
Mhm.
take for your body to sustain. That it takes them 22 years to
yeah, man.
identify you. When
Yeah.
your family know you gone, you ain't been here, so your family know you gone. But just think about that. So you had to, and I'm sure when they got their phone call last week, Grizz, I want you to respond to this. I'm sure
Mhm.
they were re-traumatized.
Yeah, they were, and it just goes to show, like, it's a bigger issue, that we can extrapolate on if you want more, because it's your podcast. But why did it happen? How did it happen? Did it have to happen? Like, because it affected the way the country moves from here on out. The reason why the internet is in my house and everybody know what I'm talking about is not because I'm broadcasting it. They listening anyway because they passed the Patriot Act, and the Patriot Act would not have happened if it wasn't for 9/11. So it branches out into so many different parts of society for Americans that if we don't talk about it other than on the anniversary, people forget because there is certain things like people say uh, things that happen in our culture and our civilization, because I don't think American civilization is the world. So it's just things that happen for the world that where you were when that happened.
Right.
You know, when
Absolutely,
or you
absolutely.
know how life is different now since that happened. And I'm just going back 30 years, half of my life, or less than half of my life. I don't COVID, 9/11, shuttle, Reagan. If I told you that and if you did the knowledge, you'd be like, damn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ain't no half step on Marcus J live from mobile, home, whichever den we're calling it. The folks
Home
who
den.
rocked
Home
with us
den
tonight and
internet radio.
definitely been very patient. And we suffered through quite a bit of technical stuff. Hopefully, the next
This
time
the best stuff
we
right
are
here.
on air, we can kind of. Hopefully, the next time that we're on air, we'll move us towards a close. Give everybody an opportunity to say whatever it is that they want to say. I will lead that off. I think I got myself into a stable enough feed where you guys can hear me. I had to do some, shall we say, creative, technical switch arounds to be
A
able to
little
be
Black
here
MacGyver.
and
You
not
did the
have
Black MacGyver
the
shit.
breaking up.
You do your Black MacGyver shit. You
Well,
normally do.
what can I say? So anyway, let's do this. This is what we're going to do, right? I'm going to give you each an opportunity to kind of say your last words, and then I'm going to have you leave us. So that way, I will take the final few minutes to close us out along with the moment in Black history, the missing child, and then I'll close with my own rant and my own closing. But once I have you kind of share your final word, I'll ask you to go ahead and remove yourself. So that's what we'll have to do to kind of work through some of the technical stuff. So anyway, Grizz, that means you're a first. And I want to go ahead and kind of start us off by just kind of giving you your flowers, which I always do. We always do. One of the things that I think we have gotten pretty good at
Come on,
is
Griff.
affirming each other. So, yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, really? This ain't taking no shorts. And here I am trying to be nice to you. Fuck it. Say your last words. I already said. I'm not saying not saying no more nice shit about you. Just go ahead and
I
close out.
couldn't
He's
help
trying to
it.
be nice.
I'm not
Man, this
saying no
boy
more.
say you should.
I'm not.
Gary, get the
I'm,
phone.
I ain't saying no more nice shit. I ain't saying no more nice shit about you. Just close it out,
Just say you should.
sucker,
Get the phone.
I was trying so
sucker.
hard. I did so.
Nah, nah,
I was
nah.
trying so hard.
Don't try.
I know my
Don't
wife
try.
says that to
Don't
me.
try.
My wife says that to me all the time. Stop trying.
Do or don't do. Do
Right.
or don't do.
Do
There
or
is
don't
no
do.
try,
There is no try.
But let's be
That's
real.
sucker.
cool.
If he
Like,
hadn't done it, it wouldn't be Grizz.
Thank you. But who quoted that? Is that a quote, you guys?
That's Yoda right there, son. You don't know Yoda?
Oh damn.
I don't. I got Darth.
Nah,
I'm a
yo,
Darth
yeah.
guy.
How you
Oh
don't
Yeah,
know
ain't that
Yoda?
nigga.
That's Yoda right there. We did the podcast with the Star Wars
I
shit.
know, but he
Oh.
said do. He said do, but don't. That shit hit me like, cause my wife Yoda.
I don't like
Yoda.
Star. I
Don't
don't like
y'all.
Star Wars. And I know
Don't even
that.
try it.
Uh, Fair enough.
This the puppet.
Thank
That,
Grizzy
you.
is
that's the puppet
Grizzy is
Yoda. That's not
Grizzly.
the CG
Yeah.
Yoda. That's the puppet Yoda, not even the CG Yoda. That's way back Yoda.
All right,
Hey,
I'm going to
look,
look at it. I'm
that's
going to
just
look at it
Grizzy
tonight.
Grizzly. That's just Grizzly.
Thank you. Thank you, Marcus. I
You got Grizzly?
apologize.
All
Final
right, I
word,
guess
I mean,
brother.
I couldn't help it because the way you were saying it was misogyny. Pause. It was misogyny, just right. And I was just like, he's gonna put me over like the tag team vodcast champion that he is. I
Did you just
appreciate you,
say
bro.
pause?
Yeah, I had to put a pause in it. Yeah, I had to put a pause in it.
You showing your age,
Thank.
Grizz.
I don't mind. I told you I'm running. Announced my candidacy tonight on Ain't No Half Stepping. I'm running for the presidency of all Black Gen Xers on the internet. So if you want to get with the program, if you want to be down, you want to be a lobbyist or anything, or you want to be my vice president, no dudes are accepted as vice president. I'm sorry. It's got to be a sister as my vice president of all things. But I'm announcing that presidency. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate you. You know my stick. This is a work for me. Everybody knows that. Well, I just can't. I can't shoot with Mark. Mark is the greatest shooter. Mark is. What's the name of the best shooter that you know, Dane?
Marcus.
Dane. There you go. Marcus is a
I
straight
gotta say
shooter.
Marcus J. Marcus J is probably the best shooter I know.
And so
Marcus J
I'm
is
the
probably the best shooter I know since way back. Yo,
way
man,
back. He's sitting in tight on it. He don't know how to let up. When you tap, he just say, "No, don't breathe."
no. He twisted harder like Angle in the ankle lock.
Yeah. He just cinch it in just a
Yeah.
little bit tighter. But no, thank you. If you want to know a little bit more about me or what I'm all about, make sure you check out my podcast. We do live called Taking Those Shorts Podcast Fridays, 8:45 CPT time. If somebody got to explain to you what CPT meant, that's even more reason to come check us out because I'll educate you. Anyway, then right after I'll edit and clean that up if you don't get the goodness on Friday nights on all streaming platforms where you find your favorite podcast.
Chris is the best, man. I swear.
Yeah, and just know that it's all love. I just want to give my piece on 12 years of in this game with Big Rue and Marcus J. Look, guys, we did not know what we're doing. The universe created it for a way for us to just put our personalities out there and let it shine. And guess what? We are still here. We would have not, if somebody would have said, when we was in that parking lot, Mark, that you was talking about last week on Ain't No Half Stepping, fast forward 12 years later, and we'll be in this type of context, we wouldn't have believed it. I'd have been like, "Where's the cocaine?" You know, I, I wouldn't have known. So thank you for having me. Thank you for always having me come back. Thank you for always having me come back. Much love to you. I appreciate you. You're my brother. Thank you, Rube. Thank you for having me on your podcast. I'll have you and your other homeboy come through just like in this format soon. And Dane, the wrestling, which one is the Lex Luger and which one is the the Ric Flair? and somebody put somebody in the torture rack on the corner in Jersey City back.
I had my brother in the Lex Luger, and I permanently ruined his back for life.
Oh,
I had him in the Lex. Yeah. I had him
See,
right outside.
I'm gonna tell you. This is what it is, right? It's my back is broken. Spinal.
Hey, look. Right outside on the
Spinal.
corner. Right outside the corner. We was bullshitting, and I don't even know how it actually took place. But I ended up slipping behind him. I got one hand on the inside of the leg, and I twisted him up, and I had him.
And is
Right
that
there
not the
outside.
best Mike? Is that not the best Mike Tyson quote right now? Mike Tyson got a lot of quotes. We all know this. He's the greatest to me. Next to Muhammad Ali, he is the second
My
greatest
back
heavyweight.
is broken. Spinal.
And then, yeah, it's spinal. Jim Gray.
Spinal, man. That's the part right there. That's the part.
It's
Spinal.
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 Jim Gray kept a straight face. Jim
Never
Gray
cracked
kept
a smile,
straight,
bro.
never cracked a smile. He said,
Yo,
"What
he didn't break
He
character.
said, "What you broke your back?"
I
Hey,
broke
look.
my back.
He didn't. Hey, look. He didn't break character. He didn't break kayfabe.
No
He
kayfabe
didn't
at
break
all.
kayfabe. Nope.
No kayfabe at all.
Anyway, Grizz, thank you,
Thank you,
brother.
brother.
Let you go, man.
Thank you. All right, I'm out. Appreciate you guys. Much love.
Love you,
Peace.
bro.
All right.
Grizz, love you, man.
Peace,
Later,
y'all.
Chris.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from our mobile den or our home dens of Legacy and Net Radio. And then there were three. Big Rube, I'll have you sign out here, and I'll talk with Damon as we close out the show and give him the last word after you here. But I'll do for you what Grizzy wouldn't let me do for him because Grizzy was Grizzying. But thank you, man. Just thank you. Thank you for being a part of the journey. Thank you for being my brother. Thank you for filling in the spaces that I just wasn't strong at. Thank you for taking the calls when you probably could have been doing something else. You know, I know that I'm not an easy person to work with, and so I know that there probably was times where I might have been a difficult character, shocker, but you never showed it on your face, and you never showed it how you treated me. You always, responded with patience and kindness with me. So I am probably, I'm sure in various ways I've shared that with you, but I don't think the way that I intended to share that with you, which is publicly, is something that I've actually done until now. So the people who watch this show every single week and listen to the show every single week currently should know that your fingerprints are all over the show. The DNA of this show uh, is part Big Roof. So I appreciate you. I enjoy an opportunity to be on 5 Minute Warning with you when you invite me. You guys, your team has always been so gracious with me and allowing me to kind of be, a guest while at the same time a part of the team. I enjoy that. I like you and your show and your crew. So I just wanted to make sure that you got all of that from me in a public forum. And now is your opportunity to say your final word, whatever it is you want to say in it, as you end tonight.
Hey, man. I mean, far as I'm concerned, we in this together, brother. I mean, I'm not here because I'm not here if you ain't here. So, like, I completely appreciate you, and I like to thank you for allowing me to be part of the journey. Because, yeah, hey, man, it doesn't matter how we treat each other as long as we understand that at the end of it is all love, man, and it's all brothership because that's what it is. So, like, yeah, we ain't never got into a disagreement that we can't come back from ever because it doesn't matter. Sometimes families fight. It's what it is, bro. I got two other brothers, same shit. It doesn't matter how much we get in the argument. At the end of the day, we still love each other, and we will go to the ends of the earth for each other. And same with you, bro. So Yeah, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for hollering at me because today was awesome. It's been a minute since I've been on No Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J.
Yeah,
It's good stuff. And I mean,
yeah,
the only
yeah,
the only thing I can say
yeah,
is, definitely, the 5 minute warning doesn't exist without the green room and doesn't exist without Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J. So I
yeah,
appreciate you. Of course, as always, all you need to call me, man. Send me a text message. If I'm available, I'm there. It's that simple. Other than that, check your boy out
yeah,
on 5minutewarning.com. You know, I mean, I'm telling you now, we are in the middle of Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J and Grizzlies podcast. We probably in the middle. We a solid middle.
Coach,
You
when is
know,
your show on? When is your show on, Coach? What's the platform?
Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We try to be on time because I get complaints if we don't. But we're on Twitch, but we're also on YouTube. Hit us, definitely join us. I mean,
What I
you
gotta
can't
type in
call.
on YouTube? What I search on YouTube?
Just put in 5 minute warning.
5 minute warning.
Yep, you'll see my logo. 5 minute warning. It's beautiful. Yeah, man. Check us out. It's three black men talking about whatever we want to talk about.
That's dope.
Sometimes,
I'm gonna check that out.
sometimes it's about
yeah,
women.
my man. Big
Sometimes about
Rube,
other stuff.
I
But
I
thank
appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Huh?
no,
I
we
didn't hear
good.
you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said we good, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for
Okay,
letting me do
good
your
deal,
thing.
Big Rube.
Peace out.
My
Later,
brother.
big.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from, live from our mobile den, Legacy Internet Radio, and then there were two.
Two.
You and me, pretty boy. Appreciate you rocking with us this long. I'm going to hold you over here for just a moment. I'm going to go through a couple of house cleaning items, and then I'd like for you to share your final word. And then after you share your final word, I will share mine. Uh, at this stage of the show, I always make sure that we have a moment in Black history. So tonight, we're going to talk about this woman right here.
Is that
And
is that Pearl
Damon,
Bailey?
can you see that picture?
Is that Pearl Bailey?
That is Pearl Bailey, my brother. That is Pearl Bailey, my brother. I'm glad you can see that. So let me tell everybody about Pearl Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
1918 through 1900. From singing and dancing in her father's church at age 3, she went on to become one of the most enduring and admired personalities of the age. Pearl Bailey's realm of expression was indeed anywhere and everywhere, whether she was singing with a frank, world-weary sexuality, conducting a television cooking show, or earning a bachelor's degree from Georgetown University in her 60s. Bailey
George.
began her stage career as a chorus girl before gaining fame as a singer at the nightclub circuit during the 1940s. A unique and underrated vocal stylist, Bailey had a string of hit records before making her Broadway debut in St. Louis Woman. She worked extensively in movies and theater, where her biggest triumph was in the 1960s revival of Hello Dolly, for which she won a special Tony Award. Bailey was also known for her humanitarian work, ranging from travels as an international goodwill envoy to AIDS fundraising. The day she died of a heart attack at age 72, she had been scheduled to address the United Nations. Today and every day here on Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J on Legacy Internet Radio, we celebrate Pearl Bailey. Yeah,
Pearl Bailey.
Pearl
Give it
Bailey.
up, Bailey.
All right. Let's see. Earl Bailey. A couple other things. Let's see. We got a missing child. I will get through. There's two of them. So I'm going to share with you these two missing children.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do one more thing and then we'll take us home. So first, we're looking for Tonica Cecilia Zango. She's been missing since August 2nd from here in Henrico, capital city area of Richmond, Virginia. Last seen on August 6th. I think I said second. I meant to say August 6th if I did not say August 6th, 2023, Henrico County Police Department. We are also looking in Henrico County for Jacob Dylan Phillips. He's been missing since September 5th. Also in Henrico County, Also 14, Jacob styled his hair into an afro, last seen wearing all black, brown dress shoes. His fingernails are painted black. If you've seen Jacob Dylan Phillips, or if you've seen Tonica Cecilia Zango, please contact the National Center for Missing and or Exploited Children on their website, missingkids.org. Contact them at 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. And if you're local, contact the Henrico County Police Department at 804-501-5000. Last thing before you speak, Damon, is I need to pay homage to my partners who are not here with us tonight. Our brother John is traveling, and hopefully he is doing well and he's enjoying his travel. And we send him love and travel mercies. Steph is also traveling this weekend, and so we don't have her either. But I wanted to make sure that we gave some love to John and to Steph as my tag team partners here on Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. And I'm very thankful for Grizzy, Big Rube, and Damon for filling in. But something that John and Steph and I do every single week, and homage to them, I will continue on with that. We do affirmations. And one of the three of us will pick for the other two. So today I had the honor of picking three cards, and I'll pick one more. This one will be for you, Damon. So I'll read your card first, and then I'll read the cards for them. Affirmation, brother. This one is specifically for you. Today, I am curious. Today, I will open my mind and explore new possibilities and opportunities. That's yours. What's that sound like to you? Today, I will open my mind and explore new possibilities and opportunities. That's for you, brother.
Yeah,
Universe wanted you to have that. Yes.
You know what's crazy? I think that was along the same lines. I think that was along the same lines of the card that I got when we was at yoga last week. It's crazy because it sounds a lot like the card that I got last week when we was at yoga. But yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for these new possibilities for something to come through. You know, you know how we do.
Yeah, I know how we do. All right, so the next card is for John. Okay?
All right.
John's card says, today I choose. Today I will only surround myself with people who support me. So, John, we know you're traveling, and I am very, very hopeful that the people that you're surrounded with are people that support you. So that's for our brother John. We miss you and we love you, brother. Hopefully you are enjoying your travel. Safe travels. This card is for Steph B. Steph B. Yeah. She ain't here, but she still got her love.
I was hoping.
David, today.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Grizzy and Ruben and me, we know none of us are as pretty as Steph.
No,
I'm sorry that I have a better group of people.
I was devastated to find out that you called me to be on the show and thinking Steph B was going to be on the show, and there was no Steph B on the show. So next week when you do the show, you play this clip or you tell Steph B that I was very, very upset that I was not able to be on the show with Steph B. The
I'm not telling her shit. I ain't telling her shit. How about that?
I know you're gonna tell her shit, but you know what? I'm gonna make my message next week when she's on the show. I'll make sure I call in and tell Steph B and John too. But mainly Steph B.
You do that. All right. So Steph's card. Steph's card. Today I am special. Today I will realize that I am unique, one of a kind person. So that is Steph B's card.
That is definitely Steph B. That's definitely Steph B.
That is Steph's card. All right. So last but not least is my card. And the card that I pulled for me, it says, today I will not compare. Today I will not compare myself to others. I will find true peace in my life. You know, it's funny, the cards that we pulled, the cards that I think were very connected to the spaces that we're in from the
Yeah,
card that I pulled for me to the
yeah.
card that I pulled for you and John and Steph. What do you think about that, baby? What do you think
I,
about that?
I think a lot of them are pretty much in tune with the type of person that we are and the type of trajectory that we're all on right now. You know, I mean, definitely the card that you pulled for me, and at the point, like I said, it kind of reminded me of the card that we pulled that you gave me when we were at yoga that time last week, and definitely you and that card for Steph. You know, definitely, I think that's you
Yeah.
probably you kind of mystic right there, pulling the right cards for the right people.
Hey man,
Yes.
I can't call it, man. I just shuffle the deck and pull out what comes out. And you know, you mentioned a couple of times when you went to yoga. Why don't you tell the viewers and listeners about your experience? I know that
I don't
you
want to
and
hear that
I
shit.
had gone when you were
Going back.
here visiting. Yeah, they do actually. They actually do. They actually do. Because one of the things that I like to share with the listeners and viewers is our yoga journey, and particularly with Black men because I would love to see more black men participate. And you know, I think the day that you had come to town, you were here visiting in Richmond last week, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, there may have been one other black male in that class or brother male a man is ultimately the point that I'm getting at because it's a very woman centric community. I mean, there are a few of us, but you know, it's mostly sisters, and I would love to see more. And I know that you enjoyed your time there, so that's the reason why I wanted you to share whatever you wanted to share about it, particularly the restorative class that we took. So anything that you may have on that, I would love for you to share with our listeners.
Uh, the restorative yoga was really good. It gave me an opportunity to kind of restore some of the things that I was lacking and needing as far as relaxation and concentration and everything like that. You know, I mean, even when I told you that day after we finished the class and we went to the river and whatnot, I was like, yo, that really helped to the point where it gave me um, a lot of clarity. We can just relaxation and just being able to do that. And like you said, it's not a lot of people that actually are into the yoga thing. Like you gave me the information about going to yoga down here in Atlanta, and I've actually never had the opportunity to do that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, when I come there as my my little home away from home to try and get some relaxation in and get some river time and some yoga time, but I never had any problem with it. You know, I love it to tell you the truth.
Nah, I'm glad, you know, it's part of who I am, and anybody that knows me knows is one of the things that if you would spend any time with me, it's gonna come up. You know,
Yeah,
if you travel from out of town to come visit me, I'm gonna ask you if you want to go because I'm going.
yeah,
You know, so I appreciate you being a good sport about that.
it's never a problem,
We're
brother.
getting some love from our sister Michelle. Yeah. Our sister Michelle is checking us out right now, and so sending some love and some salutation
Hey,
to
Michelle.
you and appreciate you. Uh, she is checking us out, and I appreciate that. She's awesome. She's awesome. Uh, Talk to us, Damon, in your final vestiges of the show tonight, your final moments to be able to do whatever we call Rand's close. That's what we call it. But whatever you'd like to say at the end. And before you actually do that, while I'm on the subject of thinking about, I got Michelle there. And of course, I was talking about Steph earlier. RVA the Talk. RVA The Talk is the radio station that they've created. It's going to be an outstanding thing. I look forward to sharing more with you guys about that when Steph returns to the show. She's certainly well versed in being able to share, but I want to keep that name alive and
Right.
keep you guys kind of looking forward to it because it's coming, and I know that our sister Michelle is the co-founder along with our sister Steph. So when I saw your name pop up there, Michelle, I want to make sure that I got that in there. So thank you. Bunch of thank yous, like 1,000 thank yous
Hmm.
there. And so anyway, back to you, Damon. Close us out. Your final words here. What you got, man?
Hey man, I just enjoy the time that I can spend with my brother. You know, whether that be virtual, whether that be in person. You know, you call me up and he was like, "Yo, bro, John's out of town, and I need somebody to fill in and help a brother out on the show." So I was like, you know what, I ain't really doing too much. I gotta be to work till the morning. So I was like, let me help my dog out. Come on the show. Um, but you know, I gave you your flowers last time, like I guess 2 weeks ago when I called on the show. But I need to give you your flowers again because I think one of the things that I admire the most about you is your stick to itiveness and your tenacity and your ability to actually keep the focus and the concentration on those missing children. I mean, I know how you bring it up every time, and I remember this back in the day when we were younger about John Walsh and his son Adam and the show that he had. And I, to this day, bro, I am still thankful and appreciative of the fact that you do what you do as far as keeping a light shine shown. Is it shown or shine? Is it shown? Keep a light shown or
Shown, shown.
keep a
I
light
think it's
shown.
shown. Yeah, shown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you keep the light shown. The light be shown because you focus it on the missing children and keeping that first and foremost. I know I'm joking about it a little bit. I'm just messing with you, but yeah,
No, no,
that's
it's all
something
good.
that really means a lot to me. I mean, I've never really had anybody in my life that was missing or anything like that. But I mean, just for you to be able to focus on that and for that one to be the key things that you focus on every show, and still keep that up posted and whatnot. I got to give you props for that, and just for the platform itself. You know, I'm glad I was able to I had nothing going on. I could do this for you, so I'm having a good time. Hopefully, people ain't hang up from your show and whatnot. You still got some people watching or listening or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's still some folks there, and we have our archive. So folks, we get our biggest bang for our buck is post live. So there are those that will be watching and listening, and if they were patient, and they got through the first 45 minutes or so, they'll see that the signal, at least for me, stabilized because I moved it from where it was to a different location. And so
Right.
obviously there are some technical things that I'll need to work out after we for the times that we're not in NewDen. And this is the first time that we've done a show not in NewDen in quite a while. I
Mhm.
debated on whether even to do a show, but here we are, and so I got to do it with you and Grizzy and Ruben, and we had our fun, and were there some stuff that we had to deal with, absolutely, but I wouldn't trade it, and that's because of who you guys are to me. So thank you for your kindness in your words. Obviously, publicly, we have our own personal relationship that obviously supersedes any of the stuff that we do here, but the love and affection that we have for each other, you and I, as well as for Ruben and Grizzy and all of those who joined us tonight and listened in and watched us and celebrate with us and commune with us, whether it be live or later on, as part of our village, as part of our journey here at Legacy and Net Radio. 12 years that we've been doing this, and you'd think in 12 years we'd figured out the technical shit, but that's just me throwing shade at myself. So
That shit
anyway,
happens. That shit happens, bro.
and yeah, yeah, it does. It does. But here I will give the final word for myself for tonight's show. I'll close us out with my own rant here. And, it's funny. I really, really, really wanted Steph to be here with us for the conversation that I will be sharing in my rant.
Mhm.
That obviously didn't work out. Perhaps we'll be able to have her and have this conversation later at a later time. But here is my rant. My rant is a public service announcement. Okay, brothers, she ain't got to talk to you. She ain't got to acknowledge you. She ain't got to give you her number. It don't matter how nice you were. If she's not interested, bro, she's just not interested. You don't get to call her out her name. You don't get to impede her movement. You don't get to stop her from walking by. You don't get to strike her with your hands. You don't get to hit her with no brick. You don't get to hit her with no other option. The best thing you can do for her is just leave her alone and carry on with what you were doing. Period. Lastly, brothers, if you see other brothers in this behavior, it shouldn't matter to you if you know her. It shouldn't matter if she ain't let you smash. It shouldn't matter to you if she rejected you in the past. If you see another brother assault a sister, it's hoped and expected that there's some sort of intervention that happens. I've seen brothers each other, stand up for each other against other brothers, and fight with other brothers over other brothers. And I've seen them same brothers not do the same thing for a sister. When it's a brother who is her oppressor, an opponent. And we often want to know, what she do? What she do? What she do? Often the only thing she did was say no. That's my moral code. That's how I move. Any brother that wants his sister get assaulted in front of him by another dude is of low character to me. We want certain things and comforts for our sisters, right? From us, they want protection. Many of our sisters are horrified at the idea of being alone in public, afraid of their own people. How we out here screaming for other cultures to treat us right? We screaming about white supremacy and police brutality, but we out here striking sisters with bricks and screaming at them and following them to their cars and all kinds of crazy shit because they ain't interested. This is how we act. The fuck, man? It's not okay. It's just not okay. That's my Murr. Marcus is unrelated rant. Nothing to do with what we in here talking about tonight. It's the end of the show. I want to remind everybody that independence is the key to building your legacy. I want to say peace to all of the stars and all of the squares and the abundance of water. The fool is thirsty. Authenticity has no competition. So I want you to be well. I want you to be blessed. I need you to keep it 100. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. For the inspiration, Jay Griffin.
I'm putting up my hand like
Go
you
ahead,
do.
bro. Go ahead.
You and John do the stars and the squares. I put my hand up for you.
There you go. For my man, Jay Griffin. For my brother, Big Rule. For my best friend in the world, you see him on the screen, the brother Pretty Boy, my man Damon. For my brother John, and for my sister Steph. For Carl Banks, for Arthur Charisma, for Miss Tony, for comedian that's Lissa P, the original seven, Legacy in that radio. Wouldn't be us without every single person that we just named forming together to create us.
12 years.
So thank you, man. Thank you to everybody. Ain't no high stepping with Marcus J is signing off. Be back.
Love you, man.
Be back soon. Yeah. Be soon.